So I'm here with another NBA 2K18 video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to join the NBA 2K League. I'm going to give all the details as far as the player bills, where you're going to play at, how to get drafted and everything in this video. But like I said, first off, I'd like to say before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, if you just seen this video, like this video, make sure to come through and subscribe to the channel, like the video, make a comment on the video, share it. Just know I do interact with all my subscribers and people who make comments as much as possible. But I'm gonna get right into it. 2K Sports and NBA announced back in February the new NBA 2K League, or 2K Pro-Am team, which will make its debut in NBA 2K18. Here we have put together an ultimate comprehensive list of details and information about hashtag NBA 2K League. This includes how to join the 2K League, tryouts, the draft, sign up salaries, teams, player requirements, game managers, key dates, and more. So I'm gonna get right into it. There's a lot of different categories, so this is gonna be a lengthy video. I'm gonna read every category, maybe skip a few. But the key dates and schedule: January 1st, 2008 through January 31st, 2008 is the qualifying stage. Players will need to win 50 games in NBA 2K18's Pro-Am. You can play on a team or on walk-on to move on to the second stage, which is tryouts. February 18th, tryout stage, digital tryouts for 85 spots. Then in March 18th, you have the draft. April 8th of 18, you have the player relocation, where they relocate you somewhere based on what team you play for. Then from May to August, that's the start of the inaugural season. Moving on to participation qualifications, players must be 18 or older, basically to enter. Must complete an online application by January 31st. Open to anyone from around the world. You can only try out on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, so you can't try out on PC or Switch or whatever else game systems there is nowadays. To be eligible for the tryout stage from January 1st through January 31st, players need to win 50 games in NBA 2K's Pro-Am mode, team walk-on, or combo of both, and complete the online process. Winning more than 50 games doesn't increase a player's standings, meaning that you can win 50 games. That don't mean it's going to increase your standings and getting picked. They're looking at everything, which I'm pretty sure it should be, that information should be in here also. Players can compete, okay, or combination two. Players will be using their existing My Players for this stage of the qualifying process. So I guess you get to start out using your My Player, but I know they're not gonna let people use their My Player in the 2K League. I just know they're not. You'll be able to try out from the comfort of your own home, and NBA 2K League is committed to equal opportunity for everyone. So okay, they're not going to be biased, or I guess that means show no discrimination. But moving on to the next one is performances and tryouts. After a player qualifies, digital tryouts for 85 spots will be held in February. In-depth analytics, more than just basic stats on all players, will be done to ensure the best will qualify for the draft pool, meaning that they're not looking at how many points you score, how many assists you get. You can get 1,000 assists and still not get drafted. They're looking at your overall gameplay, how you play, your skill set. Like, can you draw charges? Are you smart with picking up on double teams or rotating off of picks? I mean, they want it all, you know. Are you an added benefit to your team? Because your team always play good when you're on the court. Those are the type of people they're looking for. You know, they're not looking just for scores. I mean, of course they're looking for scores, but they're not looking for a guy who goes 40 for 60 and drops 120 points. But the game will prompt players to join the combine from the main menu. Players will be ranked on a worldwide leaderboard as they play in the combine. We have a balanced playing environment to identify the best players. More details coming soon. Okay. Have to play in tryouts and have to do well in tryouts to get drafted. Players will not qualify based solely on social followers or marketability. Playing ability is prominent. What abilities outside of 2K will NBA teams look for in potential players? That was a question, I guess, that they was trying to Is the most frequently asked question, you know what I'm saying, in people's minds. Not that they probably even asked it, but people's thinking that. But players must have strong moral character, good competitor, well-rounded skill set, and a team player. So these last two I just read, they said it won't be based solely on social followers and marketability, but it's gonna be based on that because, of course, they want to promote it to the largest audience as possible because they want their added entity, so to speak, to actually be a success. So, of course, if you're a big YouTuber, you got a way better chance, or a big Twitcher, or whatever you do, Twitter. If you got a lot of followers, people follow you every time you post something, every move, then they're going to be looking at you if you're good. Now, if you're not good, then of course, you know, they're not going to be looking at you. But moving on to the next area is player info and draft. After the top 85 players are identified, 85 players will be placed in the draft pool and invited to the draft. A live draft will be held in March 18 and will be aired publicly / be a public event. The NBA 2K League will have a draft lottery to determine the draft order. Players will move to their respective cities after the draft. Players will be provided housing by their respective teams, and teams will decide the housing structure and practice facilities. Players will potentially have access to things like their NBA team facility, so to give you access to a whole nother world. Like, if you get into this, like, they're giving you access to actual NBA players' team facilities, which is I like that, you know, especially if you're trying to, for guys that are trying to get into the 2K League to play, but to actually build a brand into something else. This is a good look for you. So. Players will sign a 6-month contract with the franchise that drafts them. Players will be paid a competitive guaranteed salary along with housing and benefits. Players will have the opportunity to earn additional money during the season. Every player gets the same base salary in the first season. There will be background checks and media testing for players. There will be drug testing for players, and that is unconfirmed in parentheses in red. But I mean, the player info is a lot. You know, you get paid to do what you like to do. You can make money on the side of opportunity. So I mean, that's a real good look. It says, okay, NBA 2K League specifics, gameplay environment. The NBA 2K League will be using a special build version of the game to limit or eliminate instability, building a dedicated environment for the league, and working closely with 2K and their development team, working with developers to create the optimal format for the league and 2K esports. I'm gonna say something after I get finished reading the gameplay environment. Go of a level playing field and priority will be created through balanced characters and constant analysis of the meta, which console the league will use, PS4 and Xbox One, and it says equal to be determined. I guess they don't know what console that it's going to be played on for everybody that's in it. So that's what that means. Not, but most of y'all probably thought that they don't know which console. Most of y'all probably thought that, you know, they was probably limited to picking so many people off one console. I know I had a couple people send me questions about that, you know what I'm saying, but I'll just clear that up for you. Players will be flown into a central studio or two for the actual games. Will help ensure the best network connection for games. The NBA 2K League is leaning towards 6-minute quarters to mirror the Pro-Am experience, but this is unconfirmed. Players will wear league branded apparel and uniforms. Okay, so this goes back to what just happened to patch 8. Everybody's freaking out about the patch 8, but what you need to realize, the patch 8 wasn't even dropped for like my player or my career. It wasn't dropped for that. It was primarily dropped for the 2K League. It's supposed to be taken off next Monday because I read some patch notes, but I don't have the official patch notes. But for what I have read and researched and seen, it looks like in patch 8 they just either upgraded the regular NBA players overall or decreased their overall, because I will make a small little video talking about that, but that's what I wanted to add to this. So I guess we'll see how how the game modes is working and stuff next Monday. NBA 2K leaguers, this is player builds and characters. NBA 2K leaders will not be using their map players from personal use, but once a player is drafted, they'll create and use their own avatar in the game with the rating closer to 90. See what I'm saying? So that's how I knew that it says will not be used. Okay, so if you get in the league, you can get in the league by using your map player right now. But once you get in the league, you get a whole nother player. Basically, you can build them how you want to build them, but you will get a whole nother player. Okay, seasons and teams. Inaugural NBA 2K League season scheduled to start May 18 through August 18 with a playoff and a finals in August. There's 17 teams in it. It's the Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, Golden State Warriors, Indiana Pacers, Memphis Grizzlies, Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Philadelphia 76ers, Portland Trail Blazers, Sacramento Kings, Toronto Raptors, Utah Jazz, and the Washington Wizards are the 17 teams. And then expansion, you have an expansion thing they're talking about right now. NBA 2K League is focused on the 17 teams from the 2018 season, but expect expansion both domestically and internationally in the future. No trades in you can't trade in year one, which you can't be traded to another team in year one. Bench players / extra players on roster in case a player is out due to illness or struggling in the game. That's to be determined, but I would highly doubt that they wouldn't have extra people on the bench. It just makes the game that more realer as they're trying to make the game anyway. I mean, that's their motto. We're trying to give it to you, give you that real life effect. So they need to have that on team on walk-on pro-am too. Also, that'll be good. Teams will consider whether to include a coach on their staff. Tournaments will be included within regular season schedule as well, consisting of the 85 draft players. Okay, so that's basically all the information that I'm gonna read off of this, because that's the most critical information. This other that matters as far as how you get the process of getting into the E-League, and there's other little categories that you can read on her. Also, I'm gonna post this link, the URL, in the description below, so you can read other sections. They got viewership, sponsor, business, media. It talks about that. It also talks about NBA 2K League, team managers. It got all of their Twitter accounts and stuff on there. And then it has the NBA 2K League team accounts and links, which is, I guess, links to their gaming club and stuff like that. So all the teams involved in this E-League, and not E-League, but in this 2K League, they have their Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram accounts on the website. They also have this is like a miscellaneous section, basically, where they got logos and official 2K League site and all the team logos and stuff. But this is the last section on the page, and I actually do want to read this one, because this will help everybody. It says tips to make the 2K League. You need to know basketball with good b-ball IQ. Gaming managers are scouting Twitch and YouTube. Use the hashtag 2K Draft Me. Clean up your social media act, which means, make your stuff look professional, stuff like that. Clean up your gamer tags, PSN, IDs, which means don't have a derogatory PSN account name or anything. Just have it some professional, classy as they would want to put it. Consistency across your social media accounts. Stay consistent on social media. Always be tweeting, always be posting, doing something actively on social media. Notoriety matters, but skills are prominent, meaning that, if you're popular, you got an excellent chance, but if your skills are not good, then they're most likely not going to get you. So skills do matter. Play a ton of pro-am, so basically till you get into the role of playing on a team and playing your role on the team. Be able to excel in your archetype and role. That goes back to play a ton of pro-am. Be ready to play within the team. If you play within the team, hey, that's all people want. And regular gamers too. Like I play walk-on pro-am, and I notice I'm playing randoms. Some randoms don't play within the team. They come with two dudes and just keep passing it to those to each other. You know what I'm saying? If you winning, it's cool. But at the end of the day, if you struggling the whole game, like if you just in a dogfight with them, then that's not cool. Be able to play within a team, and communication is important. So there you have it. Though this is the requirements of qualifications that you need to try to get in the E-League, and the E-League kicks off next Monday. I'm YPD Walls, and I'm out.